Hey, what up, everyone? We're here with episode 16. Nice to see y'all. It's been a while. As always, we're going to start off a little light and work our way to the heavy stuff. But first, HBO, Discovery, merging.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, I was like actually tracking Warner Brothers, and
Yeah, me too, lately. Probably for you, the same reason?
yeah, probably for the same reason.
Being that they want a game developer that they just it's a new dev. They released a nice game called Multiverses, and so learning about that, seeing the characters in there. But yeah, people did wonder, right? Hey, is this merger going to impact that game at all? Is it gonna mess with it and this and that? And the main producer of the game, Tony T, I believe is their name, or maybe Tony H. But anyway, Tony H said nope, it's not going to impact it. But what is impacted?
What's impacted?
A lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. Like the stock price. Like if I would have done the option that I wanted to do, like I was gonna do an option for a year, like a year and a half, and I was gonna do it
fancy
for
cream.
because it's like basically a bet that Warner Brothers stock was gonna go to $15. It's already at 16.
A call is what you're talking about? Not a put, right?
Not a put. Not a put.
Yeah. I thought because I figured that there was something about what you were talking about, but I can't explain it all. So
yeah.
But anyway, that's cool.
Bet
So
that
you
the
did.
company's going to do well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Betting on the company to do well within a year and a half, and if you have the certain amount of stock that you have, I think it's like you have the rights to like 100 shares or something like that.
Oh, wow.
So that'd be like $1,300 only, and then you probably would go up to like 10 G's.
I was going to say that's short-term gain because, I mean, if this stuff is as successful as, say, Disney Plus was for Disney, it's going to be...
The shorts and the puts, isn't that part of what led GameStop to having its claim to fame recently and stuff? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also maybe AMC, I think, as well.
AMC,
perhaps?
yes.
Why?
Yeah, streaming is definitely getting real big, and it seems like Warner Brothers is going to have a monopoly in bringing content to people, especially here in SoCal. We have Spectrum, and that's like one of the main providers for cable.
And Spectrum owns, Warner Brothers owns Spectrum.
Right.
Just covering that vertical integration, right, of the industry, man. It's nutty.
Exactly.
What I was gonna say also, but it seems like there is some cleaning of house, though. I mean, even thinking about, wasn't there the movie that was scrapped, Batgirl?
Oh yeah.
It was scrapped totally, right? And that was really huge. And the lead actress, the lead star in it,
because she was a lesbian.
Alicia Silverstone? Oh, wait.
No, like that's what people are saying. They're saying weird
I'm
stuff like that.
I'm forgetting about the star's name.
Not like the star personally. I mean, like in the movie.
Oh, the story in the story. Yeah, sure, in the story.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah, well. I mean, I don't know.
Well, and then I also heard
personally wouldn't care.
I heard not that. I heard that they wanted to do like a Batman Beyond, but a girl.
Interesting.
Batgirl Beyond,
and like have a Michael Keaton be the Batman of the Batman
Beyond.
Yeah. I watched that.
Yeah, the old Bruce, the old Bruce.
Man.
Not Terry McGinnis, right? Is Batman Beyond, I believe.
Yeah, Terry McGinnis is Batman.
Yeah, totally. But long story short, it's just crazy. So I mean, there's a lot of visibility on this, and seeing where it'll be, so see what uncovers, and then moving on, we also have here Love and Thunder, but I don't remember anything about that. So, who's the one that remembers that?
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Did anybody see it? You see it, Jesse?
I'm barely catching up on Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Stranger
No,
Things.
that doesn't matter. This is Marvel. Joe.
I know. I'm just saying, like, I'm so slow. I'm just so slow. That's what I'm saying. Because Stranger Things came out a couple months ago, the 4th season. So I'm way behind.
Stranger Things is pretty fire.
Stranger Things
I'm
was
loving
fire.
it right now, dude.
So good.
The way it's shot, it's very nostalgic.
Does anybody know what of anything about Love and Thunder?
I heard it did well. It's
good.
been doing better than Ragnarok.
I liked Ragnarok.
Even though I think a lot, and maybe if I've maybe heard anything in passing, maybe on like Twitter or something, it's people are saying that, I thought Ragnarok was the better one, but this is, I think, maybe the more successful one at the moment.
Yeah.
I totally like Ragnarok better, but whatever.
Yeah, I guess that, I don't know. I remember saying maybe some people were saying something about the humor or whatnot, but I don't know. It's just, I think it's really important to view art through an open-minded lens. You can't,
always.
I mean, yes, we have our expectations and
preconceived notions.
Yeah, suspicions, preconceived notions. But man, you live in that, and then it's not that because you're not the one going out there to film it and put it to work, and and then there's gonna be some upset. So
Right.
I don't know. People will say, "Oh, but if you're doing justice to the series," it's like, well, who are you to say that? You know, I mean,
Sure.
I don't know. At the end of the day, so
That's true. Who are you to say that?
I don't know.
Well, we're here to say that, but I don't know who you are to say that.
Yeah, you can let us know as always. And what was the other one? Gaga and Phoenix. Who is Phoenix? I don't even know. See, I'm so slow. I'm feeling like I like don't know anything.
Well, why are you reading the headlines then?
Well, no one else is. Hey, I'm the only one with glasses here.
Harley Quinn.
Oh, that's fucking
it's
cool.
In the
the
new Joker movie
I heard it's
with
going to be a
River Phoenix.
musical.
It's gonna be a musical.
Yeah, that's
That's
what I heard.
so
With
whack.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
With Joaquin Phoenix?
Not River Phoenix. He's been gone for a while.
But Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah.
Wow,
That's
cool.
the new Joker movie.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, see, I didn't know that. Dang, I'm so behind. I'm feeling really scrubby, but you know, that's all right.
No, I'm the
Kinda rusty.
scrub.
And I'm the nub, yeah. But, well, you know, hey, thank you guys for letting me know. That's cool. I mean, Lady Gaga's very talented, you know? I mean, she did that one movie. It's kind of more like a romantic drama.
There's A Star Is Born.
A Star Is Born. Thank
Which
you.
is a remake. It's a remake of a remake of a remake.
Oh,
It's,
yes. Thank you for the reminder. Yeah, I remember reading about that back then. But yeah. So, but
good, though.
it did well, right? And people seem to enjoy it. And she's
She also did American Horror Story. She was in a couple of those.
Yeah, she also did that one meat outfit.
The meat outfit.
Yeah, dude, I always think about them.
It was
Like,
kinda neat.
it was kind of neat. The meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so yeah, we'll see what's happening with that. I don't know. DC, you know, I mean, in terms of like DC versus Marvel, that's always a big sort of a competition, you know.
Dude, no competition. Didn't you see Morbius?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
But in
Nobody did.
yeah, yeah.
You don't know about Morbius, bro.
No. I love, you know what I love about it is they started that change petition where they were like, no, please, we're sorry, we were really busy that weekend. Please show Morbius for another weekend.
And they did.
Yeah.
They did.
No.
And they lost more
No.
money.
And that's what, and then they did that again, you know, just hilarious. Yeah. What a meme. That sucks though, you know, chasing the meme.
Just as a side note, they decided, I think, to cast Jared Leto in the new Haunted Mansion movie, which is like, I think Jared Leto at this point is not box office.
What is he
gold.
playing, the ghost?
It's a great question. I don't care what he's playing. I'd like to not see him in it.
Hey,
or anything.
You know what? If I stumble upon it,
He was great in Requiem for a Dream.
George is gonna like it.
no, but in all seriousness, if you years from now I stumble upon it, you know, by happenstance, I'll give him a chance. You know, I'll give Leto a chance. You know. Yeah,
not a chance in hell.
But
All right, let's get a little serious.
Little serious is that Marvel has been outdoing DC very much so.
No, that Zack Snyder was really good.
It was, but I feel like that was the exception, not the rule.
Okay.
But yeah, you know, I don't know. We'll see. So a lot of changes in this realm. Yeah, interesting.
Wild stuff.
Yeah. One change that's been happening that we've kind of been keeping eyes on right over time is what's been happening with Brittany Griner and the whole dilemma with being found with some oil within a vape cartridge, right? Containing weed in it.
Yeah. So basically, like, either it could be hash or whatever.
Yeah, but it's concentrate, right? Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Concentrate.
It's an unfortunate situation, and you know, I looked at the list that they sent of like the people that Russia wanted to trade, you know, in lieu of.
They had a list of people that they were willing.
Yeah,
any of these
it's
fine
like
folks.
They want like a mercenary of war.
Oh yeah,
basically.
an arms dude, right? An arms dealer or something from Russia, something like that.
Totally
One of the
with
big
having
ones.
a vape pen on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
these
exactly
fuckers
the
serious?
same.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Holy shit!
You know what?
Mind-boggling.
What I remember hearing about somewhere out there in this existence was they were like, weed is actually not as like a huge of a thing in Russia at the moment, that depending on how you get caught with it, that it's not that big of a sentencing or something, but that they're really going all out with her.
It's because they want something out of her.
She's like a political prisoner.
Yeah, 100%. It's just crazy. I mean,
just like Whelan, the ex-Marine that's also a political prisoner in Russia and has been there for quite a while. A few years.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. I mean, you know, so much to keep up with in this realm, but yeah, it's just wild how these situations, you know, used for political, control and like a bargaining chip. And, but these are lives. It's very unfortunate. And I think it's important that the meaningful consequences to one's actions are always enacted. And again, thinking of the difference in what Griner did versus these other people that the Russian, the Kremlin is probably trying to.
It's not a fair trade.
Well, it's not. It's incomparable completely.
But
like Brittany Griner's just a regular person.
Yeah. Regular person, providing entertainment over there, right? Playing in there in one of the basketball. I don't know if it's the one or
it's the women's one.
The
she
women's
makes
basketball
more money
league,
over there than here.
Yeah. It's a shame, yeah. Well, and within that, anyone want to move on to the next one? I don't know anything, but you know what? I'm driving straight ahead. And you guys are the trusty guides. All angels. There ain't no devils here.
Right. Well,
telling me what's next.
Speaking of angels, we got one, Vin Scully.
Oh,
two
man.
big passings in the sports world.
Yeah.
Yeah, within a few days of each other.
Yeah, like I woke up and like Bill Russell had passed away, and then like it was like 2 days later, Vin Scully passed away.
Yeah.
Well. I'm not as familiar with Bill Russell, so
he's one of the greatest. Has 11 NBA championships.
Center for the Celtics.
Center for the Celtics, and I mean, so I'm guessing that they did live a full long life, right?
So
cool.
Long life.
Beautiful,
so
beautiful,
life.
Yeah, very accomplished,
Beautiful ride.
legendary.
Yeah,
still a big loss for sure, but it is, I think it is very. There's a piece that comes from knowing that.
Right.
A person was able to live a fulfilling life,
Sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Period. Regardless of whether they were ready or not, right? Everyone has their own relationship with passing and with being here and coming and going.
And that's so true with Vince Scully. He's definitely like the face of the Dodgers. And
definitely like the GOAT of broadcasting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
And he started when he was 25. I think he started when he was pretty young in Brooklyn.
Yeah. And made the move, right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Imagine if he didn't come. He would have a completely different life.
Yeah,
right?
That's so wild. All those choices like that.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the same.
The butterfly effect.
It's kind of like one of those things where, you can't picture. I mean, they're trying to make it happen, but I can't picture Jeopardy without Alex Trebek. Like I can't. Like there's something that's literally missing without his voice there. I mean, his image is one thing, but the voice is legendary. I'm not a huge Dodger fan, but Vin is an absolute legend, and it was sad to see him go.
Yeah. Vin, broadcast without Vin, right? Center Celtics without Mr. Russell. Infowars without Mr. Jonesy. How
are we? Different parallel.
George, you don't know.
Can appreciate where you're going.
Come on, George. Stick to your.
I'm just sticking to moving forward and bumping into
Jones
things.
You're Jones and bumping into seven robot.
Yeah, well, I'm sure Jones will be Jonesing pretty soon.
How about the gas prices? They're cheaper.
Cheaper? Ooh.
It's going down. It was like $4.96 at the Costco in Alhambra, and then $4.89 at the Costco in Doherty.
Yeah.
So
thanks, Biden. Thanks, Biden.
Yeah, thanks for those lower gas prices.
Dude, it's so funny, man. I mean, it's understandably so, but I mean, it feels hard, like when like that becomes like a talking point for like someone liking or not like, right, having a gripe or whatever against a president, right? The president is the face of the U.S. government, and so so that face is like means that they symbolize whatever, the good and the bad, and very often the bad for the people opposing, right?
Yeah,
that person, and that's something that's been definitely used, and it's a complex situation, and perhaps Biden hasn't helped. I mean, him and our U.S. congressmen haven't helped that at all. But
so Jack Kennedy had an infamous saying that he said when the Bay of Pigs invasion failed, and it was not something that he invented, but it was something that he made colloquial again, where he said it was something like success has a million fathers and failure is an orphan.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, when you're president, you own everything.
Mm-hmm.
Good, bad, all of it, so it's interesting to see how really quickly, actually, just over this past couple of weeks, that the narrative from the left and the right has kind of gotten spun around because stuff actually has gotten passed and stuff has been happening, and it's been like one after the other too. I mean,
Government's actually functioning?
right, really, it's very surprising, and how sad is that, you know?
Yeah.
And two, by its definition, like with the gun bill and with some of this other stuff, there are Republicans that are voting for this stuff.
Yeah,
which
surprising.
is interesting. And
Yeah, but didn't they never mind, sorry, I'm going ahead.
I don't know, didn't
going
they?
too far. Going too far ahead.
Didn't they actually? You know, continuing on this train of mine, I don't know what's in the gun safety bill. What has been?
I
what's
know
been
they're
legislated?
addressing assault weapons and all sorts of other stuff. You know.
Probably using
Well,
like
are
that
they,
old,
like both on the page.
like
Are they both gonna sign it through, push it through?
Oh, it's already been passed.
Oh, it
yeah,
passed.
yeah.
Oh, shoot.
yes, no, see, I'm right there with you, Kramer. Like, dang, it's been.
Well, that's good. I got confused earlier because the GOP down the vet bill. And so I was getting confused with those two things.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. Well, you know what? There's a lot of things happening. Like even within California itself, there's the case that sort of established precedent for the banning of like mags bigger than 10 rounds in California has been like reevaluated, and kind of like the constitutionality of it. So, and even I think LA County's like, well, we're not going to really enforce it, but I mean,
heard that. So,
but technically, I mean, dude, if they're angry at you and they want to get you for something, they still can. It's like, you know, and already there was a lot of like weird stuff with like 30 round mags in California. There's a whole week, right? Freedom Week, right? Where like you were able to purchase them, and if your mags weren't printed on that within that week, you couldn't do it. And it's like, oh, but now people are 3D printing it, and they're printing dates. How do you regulate that? So, but I just bring it up because there's been a lot of things with guns happening even at the state level. It's crazy to see this, you know, I guess federal level, right?
What I was going to ask is,
even
does that have to do with those verdicts on the constitutionality of the concealed carry also?
That I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know.
That's a fucking great question.
Well, because actually in California,
a scary thought, because I know that
in California
happened.
it's they've been found that it's been constitutionally basically against the Constitution
for concealed carry,
because they haven't been allowing as much concealed carry as percentage of applied.
I think New York as well.
Yeah.
New York too.
So yeah, there's and that's been kind of also in that the concealed carry laws really are greatly impacted at a very like more localized like city or county-wide level.
Yeah.
So like within LA County, it's and recently it's gotten a little bit easier, but historically it's been hard to get a concealed carry in Los Angeles. But like let's say Riverside, much easier. San Bernardino, you know, much easier.
Yeah.
No way
like
you have to be like a cop or a lawyer or judge.
Or a good reason, or like let's say you're dealing with like, I don't know, transporting of large amounts of money because of your business or something,
Makes
right?
sense.
This and that, yada yada. But now it's like easier, like you like the good cause is maybe a little bit more flexible, because now it's like you always need good cause. Maybe that definition has been a little bit more broad in here in LA, but yeah, a lot's been happening. That even in New York, there was an incident that sort of questioned the constitutionality of conceal and open carry, and so yeah, just a lot happening. That's crazy to see this. I want to know more about it, and it's nice to know that, yeah, it's getting pushed. And what else? You know, you guys have said it's been busy season, huh? So what else? There's been an infrastructure agreement of sorts.
They got, I know they got Cinema to agree to a couple of provisions in the bills that were basically breakdowns of the Build Back Better. You know, they had basically.
Good.
So they're actually going to use the money for it, or?
Yeah.
Well, they reduced the amount and the cost, I think, and that's what got Cinema and I think Manchin to agree to it. The package was a lot bigger than it was before, and then they reduced the revenue cost. So,
Cool. Well, Cinema's a tricky son of a gun.
Cost price reduction for drugs is one of the big ones.
Well, did you hear about how much is, just say how much you say
The bill?
The drugs.
Oh, well, it depends on what drugs you're getting.
Oh, okay. Well, for like, I know like Mark Cuban's doing this thing with where they're trying to make all like generics like $15 or less.
Sure. Yeah.
Pretty
that's
much
more-
at cost, just about.
Yeah,
for
at
them.
cost.
Yeah, just about. Yeah,
Right on.
that's been crazy.
Cool.
Which is nice, but it's also just then I think about how it's kind of lame that it's like again the public sector coming into like
Save the day.
save the day and do something that I feel like is like by definition a thing that
Government
government should do. The public
yeah.
sector,
Yeah.
right? It's just
Right.
what better our tax dollars go towards than that, So
Feel ya.
yeah. But you know what? I mean, I think that the our government sort of not working as intended has been something that I think has been ringing truer and truer. At least as I get older and older, and I get angrier and angrier and grumpier and grumpier, I think that my government's getting worse and worse. But like you all kind of joking aside, you can't help but really feel the weight of that, the reality of that question, and the reality of like you questioning that, is it actually happening? When you hear about like with the vet bill, like you were kind of saying earlier, right? And congressional Republicans just kind of like cheering, like giving a high five. It was like what Cruz and some other jackass.
Another asshole.
As soon as they denied this bill, that was mainly to provide relief for people that are experiencing health related issues from what again?
Toxic burn pits.
Burn pits. Thank you. Yeah, and it was, and I think part of it was
That's just ridiculous.
and the crazy thing is that the language was pretty much just to like really codify the allocation of these funds, kind of like instead of keeping it like, well, this is something we could use within the discretionary budget. Like, no, this is set for that, And what's funny is that the version of this bill was passed, not too long ago, right? Or was presented not too long ago at the very least. And many of these people who voted against it were in agreement of passing it then. What changed? A big talking point people says, oh, well, they included some filler that didn't need to be there. And the reality is no, they didn't.
It's
Right.
politics.
Yeah.
Because the Republicans would never put filler in a bill.
Yeah, well, I mean, they'll say, oh, the Dems did it,
That's what I mean. Is like,
Oh,
they,
yeah,
they say
of
it
course, yeah, sorry.
sanctimoniously, like
Exactly,
like their
exactly.
fucking people have never porked up a bill before. Like,
Exactly.
Get the hell outta here.
But again, like even further is that there's none of that. There was
Right.
none of that this time. So
There's
that
no
it's just
good excuse.
yeah. And but the reasoning behind it is that they were using it again as kind of political leverage, right, to get Democrats. What was it, to sort of give in to something that what was it? I'm really blanking on it right now. I remember when first hearing about it. It was the thing. It was like a bargaining chip for this other unrelated sort of political position, or like
as most of that bill
yeah.
working.
I mean, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
playing games with
But I
people's
remember
lives.
reading about that. Yeah, but yeah. I guess if I didn't remember, I was like, man, that's BS.
Yeah, it's just playing games
The
with
reasoning
people's
sucks.
lives.
I'm not going to remember that. That's a waste of valuable memory, which
That reasoning sucks.
yeah, exactly right. So, it's unfortunate. It's like sounding like, oh, we've been hurt before, and just getting hurt more and more again. And unfortunately, these guys have a good hold on the constituents that have historically voted for them, and made through whatever methods, right? Whether it's gerrymandering or strategic, effective emotionally charged advertisement and sort
By
of
any
rhetoric.
means necessary.
Yeah, they just are able to get it, and it
That's
just
what I don't like about government is I feel like both sides care more about winning than doing the right thing.
yeah.
But one side does do it more, for
I was
sure.
gonna say,
100%.
I
For
wish
sure.
the fucking Democrats would win.
Yeah.
Like, that would be true.
Yeah,
if they
that'd be-
couldn't blow every last fucking election that
Yeah.
they try and win.
That's so
because
crazy,
They can
yeah.
never do what the Republicans do, which is try to
Unite.
fucking win, so
Yeah.
that they can make bills.
Republicans are pretty
and
united and
pass
organized.
laws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's interesting is one of my I was talking to one of my cousins about this And she was, I made the comment about like, man, I got to give it to the Repubs, it's like they're really great at unifying and sort of getting together and like streamlining that
getting their soldiers in line.
streamlining that approach. And she was like, oh, I feel like it's not as much that as it is more, from what I kind of thought that she was saying was like more about like that realm of the political spectrum is kind of very like, they're already kind of like single narrative in that way. And like it's just by default that's kind of the way that they view the world, and they sort of prioritize and vote accordingly.
So think of how they organize.
It's like a bit more.
What about their organization on things like that?
Yeah. I mean, it was weird because it was organized, but it wasn't organized. They almost got it, but they weren't that close because they were idiots.
Right.
There's a lot of weird sentiments about January 6th, but it's definitely something for the history books, 100%.
There's more to it than we even know.
The deletion of the messages and the records is what's tripping me out, dude. The Secret Service and all these guys just delete. Like, wasn't 2016 all about the emails, but her emails,
her text message, even with the Coney, right? Comey, excuse me, Comey.
To the week of the election,
Yeah. And now it's like, oh, well, they're Secret Service. They can do that.
Right. Not even just them, but like Trump's inner circle.
Yeah, totally.
Delete.
But I mean, there are ways to pull that up, right?
I would assume.
No?
I mean, they would have to have been followed. Like, you know what I mean? They would have to been not. I mean,
I thought like a different. I thought like a.
They had to have been recorded somewhere. Like if they weren't recorded anywhere, then it could have been deleted.
I thought that all like service providers did do that though. No.
Yeah, but not.
Maybe not for these guys.
The government or for the for the president.
We'll handle that ourselves.
Exactly. Dang,
you guys don't have to do this.
That's a trip. Yeah, man, that's lame, dude. January 6th.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, I do like seeing that. Like the two leads on this are Republicans.
Yeah,
Liz Cheney, Adam Kinzinger deserve a lot of praise for
being acknowledgement for sure.
Being the only fucking people in the room who are willing to admit that the guy fucked up.
I can see Liz Cheney running for president one day.
Wow.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, Arizona Republicans, here's another intriguing thing for you. Arizona, first time in 32 years going...
voting Democratic. Voting blue. Good. Yeah, wild. When I saw it, I was like, dang, no Trump. Right. I mean,
you still have... counties that are heavy for Trump in Arizona, but
big time.
You can sense a sea change going on.
Yeah.
That only Trump could, this is again a testimony to Democrats. They did not win Arizona. Republicans lost Arizona.
Yeah, 100%.
And they did the same thing with Georgia.
Yeah.
And they're going to, a lot of these states that are purple, you're going to see them lose because they're losing the mainstream. And one thing that Liz Cheney had, she's just came out today and she was talking about all these different Democrats that she doesn't agree with, but I'd rather serve with people I don't agree with than Marjorie Taylor Greene. And she name dropped all these Republicans who are like, I mean, they're traitors.
Yeah. They're traitors. They're batty. They're batty as, AF but it's been refreshing here talking about them kind of losing like the mainstream spotlight. Like there's been polls that like even amongst Republicans, like January 6th and the 2020 election is just not a priority. It's just, hey, what are you doing about, the economy is a big one, right? A big one. And many places, housing, the unhoused, and whatnot. But so it's nice to see that, people are getting away from it. Like, I mean, hey, you guys had your chance. I mean, how many court hearings, right? And
too many,
right. Too many. Yeah. Again, a number that's not important because it's too damn many.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see that it just feels like that people are really seeing things objectively. Trump, I don't know. I mean, still nothing's happening to him. So
DOJ's on it.
Yeah, that looks like Trump. Hey, one and the same. If you're asking me, one and the same. But like even like that, his lawyers have been in talks with the DOJ, right? So that's been a very wild thing to hear.
You don't get it.
So I don't know. Yeah, just curious about.
I
well, what happened? This January 6th committee's been very nice. Well, great usage of tax dollars because it's uncovering things, and for a fraction of the cost at the Benghazi hearing or even the 9/11 one. And 9/11 found stuff, a lot of intense shit. But I mean,
they didn't. Did you hear Trump at the golf tournament this week where he was literally Trump for the longest time was the only motherfucker who would say that Saudi had something to do with 9/11, and then he's hosting a fucking golf tournament that's sponsored by Saudi at his place, and there's victims of 9/11.
40 miles from ground zero.
He's like,
Jesus.
I don't think they ever got to the bottom of 9/11.
Yeah.
Like, you fucking jerk,
my
dude.
God.
There's still people who follow this guy.
man.
I do not get it. I don't fucking get it.
What
I mean, at this point, you're too far gone.
yeah, what a jerk, man. Oh my God. I mean,
Did we ever get to the bottom of 9/11?
yeah, just like he'll say that about
it was Boeing.
right-
It was Boeing that did
Fucking
it.
hypocrite.
right when he won the 2016 election, right, he opened that committee for like trying to figure out like voter fraud, and they pretty much uncovered nothing, and so they quietly disbanded it, and they very low keyly revealed the findings of like, there pretty much wasn't any discernible amount of voter fraud, and
Right.
dude, yeah, annoying. But again, happy to see that. I don't know. I'm gonna be hopeful. I mean, I'm not getting my hopes up, but I'm being hopeful. I don't know, trying to be balanced, cautious.
We got on the horizon Finland and Sweden joining NATO.
Yeah.
That should be on the horizon.
Couple repubs trying to go against it, and even McConnell was like, you're on your own on this one.
Right? Yeah. There's no good one. No good way to spin that. I think there was one Republican that voted against that.
Yeah. If Darth Sidious was like, hey, that's too
Right.
like unabashed, unintelligently evil, right? Unintelligently evil. Then dang.
You mean Vladimir Putin's plan to strengthen against NATO backfired?
Right.
Yeah, I know, right? Who would have thunk? It's wild though, because you're really starting to see globally kind of sides being delineated, and
Very World War-esque.
yeah, it is. It's like things are moving very, in my opinion, definitively, though like unobvious. Yeah, it's unobvious though. It's
Very gradual.
Yeah, very gradual. They're
This shit.
Yeah. So China's getting.
So it's like I just don't
ballsier.
I don't get why they want to like Taiwan doing their own thing is good for them. They just want to flex their muscles on them. I
Pretty
don't
much.
get it.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
toast.
I mean, for what it's worth, I mean, they're a significant economic powerhouse globally, right? So
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not like
it's not like they're like hurting. And now this is really not acknowledging all the travesties that are taking place there. And so just speaking from this perspective, because I mean, at the end of the day, that does play in very heavily into a lot of the world relations, right? And
That's true.
so I mean, but yeah, it all is important. But just thinking about like, what's the angle? What's the angle?
Yeah.
They're just trying to flex.
Weird
flex.
I think China does want to, maybe not world domination, but they do want to control like the South Pacific.
Yeah. Well, they want to be the premier superpower, especially in that region. And I mean, this is something that a lot of people missed when just focusing on Russia during this whole, all of this stuff, because there's a bigger picture to look at. And China economically definitely is, I mean, compared to Russia's a non-threat compared to China in that regard. This kind of stuff with Nancy Pelosi going to Taiwan, I think it was great. I mean, having her actually show up and have a leader from the U.S. be there.
Yeah.
The fact that it pissed China off, and Biden and company kind of got to do the same thing that China did before when they were talking about this happening. They were like, oh, you better watch your step. And they kind of sent out a statement that was like, don't overreact. It was an interesting back and forth, but we're going to have to pay more attention to this space because.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
wild.
It is wild. I mean, I definitely feel like from my American perspective, Russia, China are kind of on one end of the spectrum, and then now hearing about even like North Korea, right?
North
offering
Korea
100K troops.
That's so
to
weird.
help the Russian army, Russian military, whatever, fight against Ukraine. Yeah, that's
right.
That's yeah. Again,
That's
They're
unfortunate.
united in authoritarianism.
yeah.
Gotta love it.
Again, so just seeing kind of all the different sides being delineated, and you know, yeah, it's scary. You know, scary pretext for potential world war. I mean, there's a lot of involvement. So I don't know. I'm hoping. I don't know. Yeah, it's scary. It definitely is scary. Scary water to tread. I mean, what can we do? You know, as ordinary citizens.
Live your life to the fullest,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
When you wake up in the morning, be thankful.
Be thankful. Be willing to just live
No.
in gratitude. No, not live in gratitude.
No, fuck it all.
Not live in
Fuck
gratitude?
You, fuck
Fuck
you,
you,
fuck
fuck
me,
me,
fuck
fuck
everybody.
fuck everyone.
No,
No.
I'm just kidding.
No, we were being so happy at first. I was about to cry for the first time. Yeah, but I mean, it's hard not to be, you know, doom and gloom for sure. And I think that it's important to acknowledge if we feel that way. And definitely a challenge for me always, but I enjoy it because I think it's valuable, is living in the gratitude and trying to just live my best life and live a life that allows others to live their best life, as long as everyone's taking care of themselves, not hurting each other, right? So
Yeah.
easier said than done, but hey, it's a lifetime's worth of work. So
Yeah.
and we appreciate all of you hanging out with us with this time's worth. I don't know, time's worth of worth. It's not a lifetime, but hey, you know, you stick around long enough, we'll be at the 100th year anniversary episode.
God.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, what number would that be? I can't do the math right
One
now,
day.
but
We'll be cyborgs.
yeah,
I was gonna say
cyborgs.
We'll be computer programs of
Computer
ourselves.
programs. Yeah. But even then, doing our best to share our thoughts on all this news and get you involved. And we thank you all for hanging out with us. Wherever you are, have a great rest of your day, evening. We will see you next time. Adios.
Pay it forward.